and they are. I've got a load of cultists. Pretty good. How about you? Yeah, pretty good. Thank you very much. I've got a LARP, my first live action role play coming up, and so I'm preparing for that basically, or I have been this last week. Yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting. So it's in Scotland, and it's inspired by Lord of the Rings. So can you see my? No, you can't. I've got a costume basically that I've put together, so I'm really excited to see how it all goes, and hopefully, all going well, I'll be able to make some videos about it so you can come along. But yeah, very, very exciting, but also a little bit daunting because it'll be the first time I'm like driving. Saying that, I've driven for 4 hours before, but yeah, it's a lot of driving. It's driving from England into Scotland, and I'm a little bit apprehensive about it, understandably, because yeah, it's a big old journey. Um, so yeah, I'm just kind of am I apprehensive? I don't know. I'm just gonna have to take it as it goes, but it is a little bit it's a little bit daunting to like do that for yourself for the first time because I've only recently passed my test. Um, but yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm sure I'll survive somehow or other. But yeah, um, but yeah, very, very exciting for going to this LARP. So it'll be over the long, like, be Friday, Saturday, and a bit of Sunday. So I'll be there for a while. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see how it all goes. Really, because I don't like actually. You know what? I don't even know what to expect. I'm not sure what it's going to be like, or because I've never obviously been to a lot before. So I'm just kind of I'm figuring it's almost like and have you seen those escape rooms that people go on? I haven't done one yet, but I imagine it's just like a a longer version of that because we'll have marshals that are assigned to our group. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening, like a murder mystery, something or other. Yeah, I suppose yeah, I'm just not really sure what to expect at the moment. So it's just a case of kind of going with it, I suppose, and just seeing what happens. But yeah, I've got that, and then also I have some more long form YouTube content. It's like the classic normal stuff. Um, but yeah, so I'll have to see how we go. Really, lots to. Why am I okay? I'm just so being so silly. You don't even play D&D, but you appreciate Oblivion and yeah, and that gaming stuff. So don't worry. That's pop. I mean, yeah, a Skyrim and Oblivion is probably what actually got me into D&D at all. Anyway, because it's just such a good. You just make my day. Thank you so much, and you help me make mine as well. I do appreciate it. You are yeah. It's nice, kind thoughts like that that help me keep going because weirdly you do get some people that are just like that are haters, and it's just like what why like do you have nothing else in your day going on other than doing that? It's absolutely wild. But yeah, I'll inspires me to keep making content for you. So I'm very, very happy to do that for you. It's lovely. Whereabouts are you from, if you don't mind me asking? I've got my what's going on here. There we go. There he is coming together, my cultist. Oh yeah, well, not. I mean, I'm in the UK, so it's not a million miles away. But yeah, um, no, I was just genuinely curious. I've never. It's really bad. So like, obviously, like being in the UK, it used to be a lot easier to get to Europe. I mean, to be in Europe, but even now, it's weird. Like I've been to Australia, and I've spent quite a lot of time in Southeast Asia, but for whatever reason, Europe and even like Eastern Europe, I haven't really spent much time in. But I'd be really curious to like, well, yeah, to get out there. I'm tempted to possibly go to Romania and maybe try and film like a vampire video when I'm there. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to the live. Um, I'm just rambling here and painting my little guy. It's a bunch of cultists. Does that make it better? Not really. Don't know why it's out of focus. I know what you mean. But yeah, so he hasn't got much done, but we're just going to slowly tick along. Paint some dudes, finally, and chat to you lot, which is the real reason I like to do it, because it's like, it's cool to hang out while I'm doing this. It's either this or I sit in silence, which is not exactly preferable, is it? But yeah, how are we going, everybody? How's everybody's weeks been? What's the crack? Have we got anything done? Is anything happening on the weekend? I've just been saying that I'm pretty much prepping for this LARP that I'm doing sooner or later, next Friday. So, thank you so much. This is my little office space that I made. But yeah, I been very lucky to have a lot of help, like getting it all together. But it's it's lovely, especially because this was just a box room where I had a load of boxes, and I felt really guilty because it was just like this room just kind of filled with boxes, just nothing. I wasn't doing anything with it, and so I finally, basically, I had a load of like, the background. Yeah, of course, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. This is, in fact, can I just take you? I can take you. So this is my wall of miniatures, but they're a bit shameful because not all of them are done. Well, I don't think there's one of them. Oh yeah, there are. There are a few that are, like those up there. They're done. And that guy there, kind of. But is a mini ever truly done? I ask you that. But yeah, so the goal is to have all of these completely done. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you for the sub. I'm very much kind of at the beginning of this YouTube career. That sounds so stupid. You know what I mean? Little horses. Yes, indeed. Yeah. So any subscription, any subscribers, I do really, really appreciate. Because it just helps me get to the next goal in it all. Hopefully this is kind of my vibe anyway, doing this kind of stuff. So at the moment, obviously just painting these cultist minis, but generally the content I make is like history and folklore and fantasy. Yes, hopefully soon. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. But I'm wanting to do more lives because they are really helpful for watch time. So just steadily going with it all really. But yeah, like I was saying, mainly the content I create is history, fantasy, and I'll be doing more TTRPGs, so tabletop role playing games. I'll be doing that kind of stuff soon, and LARPs. Just kind of that kind of history fantasy nerd vibe. If that's all right with you. and you could be all, you know, if you find any of that intriguing, do stick around. And it's lovely as well because I am obviously a smaller channel at the moment. I do recognise usernames. Not that I'm going to try to pronounce the other one. If you can give it to me phonetically, is that the right word? If you could give it to me in English, then I promise I'll remember it. But at the moment, it's in a. Oh yeah, two bone. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean you, mate. But I do appreciate it. But yeah, so we'll see how we go. Just taking it one step at a time, really, and trying to make as much content as I can. But yeah, and doing this is a very, very simple version of that. Means I can just hang out, get some minis painted that I desperately need to, and then also, yeah, chat to people here. So yeah. Oh, Boris. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, I remember that one. Fantastic. Nice to meet you, Boris. Toby, Benji, Bonnie. Lovely. What breed is your dog? My family pet is a Yorkshire Terrier, and I was never the kind of person that really liked smaller dogs. Like I just kind of generally found them quite annoying, and then we got this Yorkshire Terrier, and our lives have never been the same because he's an absolute legend. But yeah, close this one for now. Yeah, when is the next live stream? I will let you know. I'm trying to do this more often, maybe a couple of days, something like that. I'll if I put it up on the channel, hopefully you'll see that. But lovely, nice to meet you properly, Boris, and looking forward to hanging out soon again, man. Appreciate it. Tobin Bon. What's the dog? What breed is your dog? Do you know, or are they a mix? Oh no, I'm so sorry to say that. Oh, fantastic, interesting. Romanian breeds. Can't say I know much about that. Shih Tzus are lovely, aren't they, though? See ya. See you later. Thank you so much for hanging out. Right. Cool. Now time for some leather brownie bits. They're all rescues. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's the one thing I suppose I feel a bit guilty about is there's lots of dogs that need homes. My family have like rescued dogs before and like adopted them until they find a forever home. But yeah, there's what am I doing here? Lovely. Yeah. Quite a few people that have actually got Romanian rescues. But that's it. Obviously, you never know what breed they are, do you? Which doesn't matter at all. Lovely. So are you living in Romania? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I don't know how to do this YouTube live stuff thing, so yeah. If you happy just to chat, mate, if you fancy. Oh, in the UK. Oh, lovely, lovely. Nice. Yeah, I'm based in the north, which is handy for the kind of content that I like to produce, because I can just go for a walk into the woods and yeah, it's pretty rural where I am. I won't go into too much detail, obviously, but yeah, it's. I've got like my brother, for instance, lives in London, and it's just one of these things where I mean, I've lived in Manchester for a few years beforehand, and I do enjoy the city a lot, but at the same time, it's really nice just to be able to have some space from people. So yeah, that's why I kind of feel. Well, that's why I've chosen to live where I live now at the moment, anyway, because it's just best of both worlds, really. I was brought up in the countryside anyway, so it's like I like, I'm a bit of a country bumpkin in that kind of regard. I'm sure you can appreciate. Right, how are we doing here? Lovely. Oh yeah, oh completely. No, I mean if I could have that now, I would. Oh fuck yeah, it would. Yeah, it's we don't. You don't need a lot, do you? Really, in life to be happy, and I think quite often the more things you have, the more difficult life is. Um, there was a dude that I can remember speaking to when I was in Manchester, and I was doing a lot of photography work for, and he was like obviously quite well off, and he had he was like, oh, I've had like a penthouse before, but the annoying thing is with that is you get that, and then it's like, then you've got to fill it full of stuff, and that's kind of like, you know, if you're trying to flex on people, yeah, you don't like. So the really well, this is why I'm so happy with the house I've got at the moment, because it's like everything that I have around me, like I was showing earlier, it's just it's nice to have that possessions, not just for the sake of filling space up, but like quite. I want to use the word eclectic, even though I don't really know what that word means. But, like an extension of your personality. Here we go. So I have played Warhammer previously, and yeah, I had a. I've still got an army, in fact. Um, I've got a load of goblin dudes. Let's try and find them. Actually, where are they? They're around here somewhere. No, they are. They're somewhere over there. Anyway, yeah. And I also had an Astra Militarum army, but yeah. Annoyingly, I was like, right, I don't need this Astra Militarum army anymore. I'm not going to play it, so I'll sell it all. And it was like 200 quid's worth of stuff. Sold it on eBay, boxed it up, sent it off, and it got lost in the post. So didn't have any. So yeah, didn't even get the money for it, which is really really annoying. But yeah, I like Astra Militarum, and I would like to start collecting again, really. But at the moment, these are D&D miniatures. Not that I really play in person a lot anyway, which is quite funny. But I like painting and I like collecting them. But yeah, and I have a what's it called again? Age of Sigmar. I have an Age of Sigmar army as well. I've got some skeletons and some goblin type creatures, but I haven't played that in a while. I should really, because I've got it. Do you play someone's? You can do anything. I'm very intrigued. But yeah, do you play? Do you play Warhammer, or do you just play D&D, or do you play neither? What's going on? And I'm curious what this very idiotic thing was. I'm curious now. I play D&D. Lovely. Yeah, I tend to enjoy D&D, to be quite honest with you, more than Warhammer. And the only reason for that is because I enjoy the improvisation aspect of it. I like making up rules as we go along, whereas with obviously with Warhammer, it's most certainly rules as written, isn't it? And I find that quite frustrating because my favourite thing about D&D is when my players are really, really engrossed in the world, and it's just that collective storytelling element of it all. Lost the Macarena in a minute. They probably thought they were like speaking in tongues or something. That's so funny. Lovely. Yeah, no, I like that a lot. Um, it's just the randomness, isn't it? That's the most fun part I found. Like how random it can get. What are we going for? Cool. Nice. DDM. I mainly DM. I'm currently playing Curse of Strahd, which has been so much fun, and I'm really, really enjoying that. Um, yeah, I'm playing that with three of my friends, and then I previously played Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden, and then I've also sorry, I DM'd that. I DM'd Rime of the Frost Maiden, but I've also played the starter campaign, the Mines of Fandelver, and I've also played. There's another one with dragons in that I can't remember. It's not Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. It's that one before that, I think. But yeah, so really, really, really enjoyed doing that. But yeah, I just have to see where we're going with Curse of Strahd. It's been a lot of fun doing it so far, and I also have a homebrew world that I want to spend more time playing because I haven't really played that much yet. But the goal is to actually write that out properly and publish it. Nice, nice. Is this going to be your own campaign, or are you playing a pre-written one? Because there's definitely benefits and negatives to both, I've found. Wow, awesome, lovely. Um, what's the inspiration for it? Is it going to be like a kind of classic D&D, or is it seafaring, or do you have any other ideas? Yeah, I've played. Well, I've written a couple of campaigns, but kind of yeah, it's difficult because I think you want to. I get inspired by playing other campaigns because I think how I would do things different, like tripping, or class D&D, but lovely, awesome, yeah, and as well you've got to appreciate that anything can happen. So it's one of those things, isn't it, where you can have this idea, but maybe it'll form into something a lot more interesting, and a lot cooler. And you just got to go with the flow. That'd be awesome. You have to let me know how it goes. Lovely. Is this your first time DMing? Package transportation, so they don't end up separate. Nice. Interesting. Yeah, first time. Nice, nice. Or did I say? Oh, anyway, yeah, you know what I mean. Cool. Very interesting stuff. I've always wanted to do a well, what you're saying, kind of like a portal esque kind of thing. You know, where people are getting transported into different worlds, and it's like, you know, they literally fall through. Yeah, it's just something like through a random portal, and all of a sudden they're in the Nine Hells, and then they're in the Fey realm, or something like that. Um, yeah, I had an idea for that a while back, but I wasn't sure. Well, I mean, I'm not playing any of the games at the moment, so I can find time to do it at some point or other. Nice, interesting, interesting. That's the best thing, isn't it, about about DMing, is that you can just find inspiration from the most random things. I really, really like that. Um, like for one of the homebrew worlds that I have that I want to, yeah, that basically I want to play through with my friends. Um, it was inspired by uh, Ghost of Saltmarsh, because I wanted to play a seafaring campaign, but I found Ghost of Saltmarsh a bit of a disappointment, and so I just decided to DM my own, well, like write my own, and basically my elevator pitch for this D&D game is um, it's Pirates of the Caribbean meets Jurassic Park, and so basically you can sail around these different islands and try and basically get chased or try and capture dinosaurs to sell them as like beasts of burden or something like that. But yeah, so I'm definitely wanting to stream that at some point. So once I get some players that'd be interested in streaming, maybe I might find time to do that. Saying that, I was um, looking at trying to stream stuff the other day from my laptop, and it's a lot more complicated than just going on live on your phone. And I was like, for fuck's sake. But yeah, so yeah, it's a bit frustrating because it is, you have to download certain stuff for it that I wasn't prepared for. But that is the goal eventually, to be able to do that. Cause of elements, elemental. Interesting. Is that going to be cause of elements? So, is the idea that they would? That's what's powering everything that's going on. Is that the story? Um, the different elemental orbs with their own temple. Is that like? Do they have to keep returning to them, or like is that where they get their quest? If you know what I mean. Nice. Hello. Right. How are we doing with this? What do I need to do? I just need to paint. I need to focus on one dude rather than going through them all. Oh, nice, interesting. Do you know what classes your players are going to play yet? Go working on this, dude. Still got lots to do. No, most of them. Nice. Because I think that that changes, doesn't it? How, what kind of a game you're playing completely when you've got to take into account like paladins, gods, or stuff like that, where it can be quite sometimes some campaigns can be quite agnostic, like the one that I'm uh, the Curse Stride campaign I'm playing with at the moment. None of the players are like overwhelmingly religious. Um, it does just change it a lot in terms of like what happens session by session. DM and player, interesting. Uh, what character are you playing for the? What's your DMPC going to be then? To be honest, that sounds like a good idea because I always was really really reluctant about DMPCs in games, um, but I'm starting to realize how much it can make, how much easier it can make the gameplay. So not to like do any spoilers or anything, but there are a few big characters in Curse of Strahd, and they're helping out the party a lot, which is really really good. Nice, cool. Do you usually play online, or do you get to actually play with people? Because I, when was the last time I played together? Jesus, I must have played D&D with other people. Custom class, whereabouts stories that I tried to. Interesting, nice, and you're so lucky you get to play in person. Yeah, I don't think I played in person for like over 2 years. Um, but yeah, but I get to play obviously. Well, I get to play most weeks, which is really really good. But it doesn't really. Yeah, in person is obviously the best, isn't it? I've seen that. Yes. Um, yeah, there's a D&D collaboration, isn't there? I mean, it makes so much sense. It's like, why have they not thought about doing that years ago? Um, because the difficult thing as well, isn't it, with if you do play in person, is having the modularity, is being able to change things up. Um, but yeah, absolutely shocking. So yeah, I saw a I saw a campaign on YouTube where they've done that. I think it's an official one anyway, and it's absolutely awesome. Just regular ones. Yeah, I mean that works. It's doing that and also having the. I mean, you only need like a few Lego blocks, don't you, to kind of say, okay, this is where the borders of this game, or the borders of the dungeon are. That's awesome. Very nice. Right, it's been 40 minutes or so, so I might have a little break and have something to eat. But it's been lovely to chat, mate, and hopefully we can do this again soon. I want to do lots more live, so I'm sure if I'm around, you can hold weapons and change armor. Lovely, sounds good. But yeah, when you're back on again, let me know how it goes because I'm